I want to talk about why black men love Caitlin Clark. Now, I'm not saying that they love her in an intimate way. I'm saying why all black men, for the most part, are genuinely rooting for Caitlin Clark. And guys, I was just listening to so much sports today. I saw where they took Cheryl Swoops off of the announcement for the Dallas Wings versus the Indiana Fever game. And shout out to the Indiana Fever for going. I think they're now 17 and 14 or something like that. They are slowly approaching the fifth seed in the playoffs, and I'm super happy for Caitlin Clark. But I want to talk about something, guys, and why I think that beyond sports, that this is a very, very deep rooted issue. And this is not just in sports. It seems like this is something that is affecting the world. And you guys already know where I'm heading. So we might as well just get uncomfortable for a second. I genuinely think, right? I genuinely think that black men really support Caitlin Clark because black men, in my opinion, and just off of the friends and athletes I have and athletes I know, college pros, it doesn't matter. Black men are simply getting tired of shutting up and not standing their grounds like they used to. And this is why you see the same thing happening in the polls when it comes to the presidential debates. Who's going to like this person? Who's going to like this person? And I often see something, guys. And this is something that is happening in my community. I see that there is a division between black women and black men. I'm going to be honest about this, guys, because this has to be said. We see that there seems to be a lot of friction, right? A lot of headbutting. Black men think that women should do this, and black women think that black men should be doing that. And I think that it's gotten personal. I think that people genuinely are rooting for Caitlin Clark because of the deep, seething, annoying attitudes of some of these women. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. You see it all across sports. You see it on sports media. People don't want to keep it real anymore. They're afraid to offend their counterpartners. So what do? They're forced to shut up and not talk about it until they have to go and get on their podcast privately, like Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp. We all saw the whole meltdown on ESPN where these strong-minded women were so mad at Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith because they did not want to choose Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark. Now, guys, isn't it crazy how we don't hear from Monica McNutt, Andrea, right, and the other African chick? We don't hear anything from them. You see the hatred soothing from Cheryl Swoops. You see the hatred soothing from all of these black angry women in the league. And you know what? It's not like that when it comes to men. It's just not like that, guys. We don't care who's the best. If you got 10 million and I got 5 million, I'm a pretty happy man. Men operate very differently than women. And all of this stuff that's going on now, all of this woke culture, all of this DEI stuff, where people are getting jobs just because of their pronouns and their beliefs, is literally making a lot of people, I'm not going to say hateful, but I do think that it's irritating a lot of modern men, and not just the black man. I'm going to just say the man in general when it comes to that. And you wonder why you see people like LeBron James backing Caitlin Clark. You see Patrick Mahomes. You see all of the NBA players. You just see so many black guys who go out of their way to support Caitlin Clark. You know why? Because deep down, we don't look at what's color. We don't look at this white man is dominating the sports. You never saw anybody hating on Tom Brady because he was a white guy dominating the sports or football. In fact, we witnessed history with him. We didn't see white people getting mad because Michael Jordan was the best in basketball. No, I think that the world was pretty happy with what we saw. And I think for men, most men, I would say 90% of black men, when we see the game for what it is, we're looking at basketball. We are not looking at the color of the skin. You're not going to meet straight up men who love sports that's going to say, oh, it's not fair because Angel Reese is black and Caitlin Clark is white. And I think that people are so tired, especially black men, are so tired of suppressing their real feelings, suppressing their real thoughts, that now that they finally have a chance to get behind something and support it, it's pouring out of everybody. You guys notice how all of these people are suddenly trying to hop on the Caitlin Clark bandwagon. They're all of a sudden very interested in rooting for her and openly saying it. But I want you guys to pay attention to what's also happening in the polls. There's a lot of people who dislike Trump. I'm an independent voter. But there are a lot of black men who are coming out of their shell. They're fighting back. They're fighting against the system that has created this division. And the same thing is happening in sports. It all boils down to just the simple things. Nobody wants to have this conversation out loud. I took it upon myself today to just tell you guys the truth. Tell you guys what I've been seeing from my views and what I genuinely feel. And that's why you see so many of these sisters getting mad, because they are emotionally invested. We're men, we're not. We're just like, hey, we just want to watch basketball. You have people out here afraid to do their job. ESPN, Fox Sports, they're afraid to just straight up tell the truth that no rookie right now is effing with Caitlin Clark. You know what they are forced to do? They're forced to somehow include Angel Reese due to DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion in these topics. It makes no sense to me that Angel Reese is breaking headlines for rebounds. And I like what RG3 did, guys. I made the video. Hope you guys saw it. Make sure you guys check that out, where RG3 breaks his silence. And he said, since when did we really care about rebounds? And that's really the truth. Like, so many people get rebounds. It's ridiculous. I didn't know it was a race to see who got the most rebounds first. And I want you guys to pay attention to the difference between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and how Caitlin Clark, one, elevated her team. It was the worst team in basketball last season. And now they're approaching the 5th seed if they haven't already, clinched it. And Angel Reese, because they're also focused on trying to mimic what they see the Indiana Fever doing. They're pouring their all into one player who just does not have the skill set. But what do you see every day? You see people come out here and still try to make a case. You see people still come out here and refuse to keep it real. And the truth of the matter is, it's making a lot of people angry. It's making a lot of people angry. And you see how RG3 said, it's time to say the quiet part out loud. Do you guys honestly think that he's the only African-American man that feels that way? And this ain't no video about me trying to be an Uncle Tom or for me to try to get brownie points from Caitlin Clark. I'm just a fan. But this isn't just pertaining to Caitlin Clark. This is something that is genuinely ruining sports, genuinely ruining what we love, what actually connects everybody. And it's because of this movement that has, let's just say it like it is, guys, it's infected the whole world. And we have to have these type of uncomfortable conversations, because we need to get back into where men can be men. And I feel like a lot of the anger, you see how Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, they're always like, oh, where's Andrea? Where's Monica McNutt? Because, this is what they said about Caitlin Clark. This is what they said about Angel Reese. They're saying that for a reason. It's because they know that the best way to get them back is to make them look stupid in front of the world. But now we don't see them, right? Why do you guys think that they are holding on to this much hostility? And then they're going on their podcast to really vent and talk about how they feel and really show the world their support of Caitlin Clark. You know why? Because people like them, and I'm like this, guys, I will openly admit it. I really love expressing myself and not caring about what people have to say. I think that's the stupidest shit ever, to worry about getting canceled. I think that a real man says what he feels in a respectful way, best he can, and has the supporting facts to back it so that he doesn't sound like a moron. And that's what modern men are trying to get back. They are simply trying to get their nuts back, because they've been taken from a lot of men. Men aren't men anymore. And it's to the point where I don't even blame some of these women, for the anger and the way that they act. It's the society. These jobs, these corporations, they're making you believe in the things that they believe in because they're a little sick and a little twisted, in my opinion. And it pretty much emasculates the man. The modern man, for his paycheck, will give in. We saw Dan Orlovsky, ESPN commentator, post a tweet, and then he takes it down. He takes it down because of what? He claims that that's not the type of job that you can do that with. Because what? Of his beliefs, all he said was protect our daughters. How offensive was that? It's because of what a lot of people have done, especially these women, have done across sports media. The DEI effect has actually poisoned a lot of these companies. And I'm saying that as a minority. I know this. But you know what? I'm a minority that actually works for what I want. I don't want any handouts, guys. I don't want anything given to me because of my skin color. That makes me actually feel more disrespected and more of a moron, if I'm being truthful. I've worked hard for a lot of things in my life, guys. I'm never looking for a handout. That's why I always preach fairness. Fairness. We need to get back to keeping it real, guys, and being fair across the board. So all this hostility and all this anger that you see from these men who double down on their love and support for Caitlin Clark, it's because of that, guys. They're tired of being suppressed. They are tired. They are tired of actually having the role switch, where it seems like the women say whatever they want, especially black women. I'm going to just call it like it is. They say whatever they want because if, God forbid, somebody says something about them, they're being a misogynist or they're being a racist or whatever. And I see this with certain other women, not just black women, across other things too. I see it in politics all the time. And what it has done is created a ripple effect. And that's why we have these gender wars, the same way you see live on TV every single day. You see the podcast. Everybody has a podcast saying what a man should do, what a woman should do. You see that? Do you guys honestly think that this came out of nowhere? No, this has been the trend for a while. And now it's to the point where people have to tiptoe around the truth. And that just ruins everything, in my opinion. So when I see all of these brothers, LeBron James, Patrick Mahomes, all of these people across multiple sports who literally genuinely root for Caitlin Clark and do not care about the backlash, trust me, guys, I believe that it's coming from that type of place of being suppressed and unheard. Letting people tell them what to say, how to say. That's not a true leader. That's not the man of a household. That's not how the world used to be. Now we see that this thing is getting too out of hand. And that's what make a lot of brothers like myself come out and support this lady. How fair is it for us to be shut out, discriminated against in our own community because of who we choose to support? Yet we'll see a woman do the same thing and she won't get any backlash, guys. And that's all this is, guys. All the support comes from the gender division and people really, really being tired of having to hide who they are at work. And then as soon as they clock out, they can keep it real. It used to not be like that, guys. And until not only sports correct themselves, but the world has work to do as well. I'm not trying to make this all conspiracy theory, guys, but if you guys agree, let me know. Tell you that, let me know, because I guarantee you that this is going to resonate with a lot of people. Trust me, this is everyday conversation. If you guys work out, if you guys go to the gym, if you drink coffee, go to coffee shops, if you go to myself, if you go to bistros and lounges where gentlemen lounges where men can be men and have the apparently the voice of freedom or freedom of speech, because it's literally taken away from most men and sports. That's when you hear the truth. That's exactly when you hear the truth, guys. I'm just a messenger. Don't hate me. So what do you guys think? Drop your comments in the comment section, guys. I know that was a little deep, but I wanted to get that off my chest. If you found any value, make sure you guys share the video. Thumbs up, like it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Yeah.